Have you ever wondered what would happen if you had a heart attack and no one was around to help? It's a terrifying thought, but it's one many people over 60 need to seriously consider. Because the truth is, the first few minutes could decide whether you survive. And if you're alone, what you do in those moments could make all the difference. But here's the good news. With the right steps, you can give yourself a fighting chance. In this video, I'll guide you gently through exactly what to do, step by step, if you ever find yourself in this situation. Hello, dear friends. Welcome back to Elderly Life Lessons. As we gracefully journey through our golden years, we often think about staying active and enjoying life. But have you ever quietly wondered, what if a heart attack suddenly came knocking, and I was completely on my own? It's a thought that can bring a shiver, isn't it? Yet, it's a reality many face. The comforting news is this: even if you live alone or spend much of your time without others nearby, you still have the power to take actions that could save your life. In this gentle and thoughtful video, we're going to explore 7 vital steps you can take if a heart attack ever strikes and you find yourself alone. These steps don't require a medical degree or any fancy tools. What they do require is a calm mind and a little bit of preparation. We'll guide you through how to recognize those first, often subtle signs, what to do right away to protect your heart, how something as simple as an aspirin could be a game changer, and why the final few steps are the ones that often matter most. Please stay with us through the entire video, because this information isn't just practical. It could one day save your life or the life of someone you love. Let's begin. Step 1. Recognizing the silent signals. The most crucial part of surviving a heart attack is recognizing when it's starting. Many people picture a dramatic, crushing chest pain, like what we see in movies. But real heart attacks often begin more quietly, with signals that are subtle and easy to dismiss. It's not always a bolt of pain. It can feel more like pressure, discomfort, or tightness in the chest that slowly builds. You may feel like someone is gently pressing down on your chest, or as if something heavy is resting there. These feelings might come and go, which can trick you into thinking it's nothing serious. But if the sensation lasts more than a few minutes, or keeps returning, take it seriously. Other common symptoms include shortness of breath, even when sitting still, or a strange discomfort in the arm, jaw, neck, shoulder, or back. You may feel nauseated, break into a cold sweat, or feel dizzy or unusually tired. Some people don't even feel the pain in the chest at all, particularly women or older adults. So pay close attention to how your body feels overall. Take Gerald, age 72. One afternoon, he noticed a strange tightness beneath his collarbone, almost like mild heartburn, but he also realized he was struggling to take a full breath, and his hands had started to sweat. He remembered reading that heart attacks don't always feel intense at first. So instead of ignoring it, he acted. That simple decision likely saved his life. Your body usually whispers before it shouts when something doesn't feel right, especially if there's a combination of symptoms like pressure, shortness of breath, or unexpected fatigue. Stop everything. Don't try to power through. Don't chalk it up to something minor. Your first and most important chance to survive is to recognize those early signs and treat them as the emergency they truly are. Now that you've recognized the signs, the very next thing you need to do is step number 2, the life-saving call you must make immediately. Once you lovingly suspect that a heart attack might be gently beginning, the very next thing you absolutely must do, without any hesitation, is to call 911. Please, dear ones, do not wait to see if the symptoms will simply fade away. Do not attempt to drive yourself. And please do not assume that you are simply overreacting. Calling emergency services is not only the most wonderfully fast way to receive help, it is truly the most effective thing you can do to remain alive. A heart attack is certainly not something you can simply walk off. Every single minute is precious. The longer your precious heart muscle is gently deprived of oxygen, the greater the potential for harm. But when you lovingly call 911, trained professionals are already thoughtfully preparing as they drive toward you. They are bringing with them essential equipment, vital medication, and the wonderful ability to keep you alive if your heart were to gently falter on the way to the hospital. What's more, if your symptoms gently worsen quickly, which they often do, you simply won't be able to help yourself. That's precisely why attempting to drive yourself is one of the most dangerous choices people sometimes make. You could gently lose consciousness, potentially cause an accident, or tragically delay your own essential care. Please, dear ones, let the kind professionals come to you. Imagine Brenda, age 76. She noticed an odd ache in her left shoulder, followed by nausea and sweating. She considered calling her daughter, but instead remembered what her nurse once told her. Call 911 first. You can call your family after. That decision made all the difference. The paramedics arrived just in time to stabilize her. You don't have to be completely sure it's a heart attack to call. Emergency services would rather respond to a false alarm than arrive too late. Make sure your phone is within reach, especially if you live alone. If you can't speak clearly, use your phone's emergency features to call for help with a few taps. Learn where those shortcuts are. They could be your lifeline. Now let's talk about step number 3, taking aspirin calmly and correctly. After you've thoughtfully called emergency services, the next most powerfully simple action you can embrace is to gently chew an aspirin. Please, dear ones, not swallow, but gently chew, and do it slowly, even if your hands are gently trembling. If you have access to a standard 325 milligram aspirin, and you are not allergic or currently on a blood thinner that would lovingly contraindicate it, this single, simple step can profoundly increase your chances of surviving a heart attack. Aspirin works by gently thinning the blood. It lovingly helps to slow or prevent the growth of a blood clot that may be gently blocking one of your coronary arteries, which is precisely what causes the heart attack in the first place. By gently chewing the tablet instead of swallowing it whole, you allow it to enter your system much faster. Studies have gently shown that this can lovingly buy you valuable minutes, sometimes even enough to restore some precious blood flow before help graciously arrives. It is important not to take aspirin on an empty stomach, unless absolutely necessary. But in the tender event of a heart attack, the risk of clotting far, far outweighs that concern. Also, please do not take coated or delayed release aspirin. If it's all you have, gently chew it anyway. You want the beneficial effects to begin as quickly as humanly possible. Ron, age 70, had a heart attack one morning while making coffee. He felt tightness in his chest and neck and remembered his bottle of aspirin in the kitchen drawer. He chewed one tablet and sat down to wait for the paramedics. Later, his cardiologist told him that this small act likely prevented more severe damage. If you live alone, keep aspirin in easy-to-reach places, your nightstand, kitchen drawer, or even your wallet. Check that it hasn't expired. Let your loved ones know where it's kept too. This small step is backed by real science and practiced by emergency responders worldwide. In those first few minutes, it could be the edge you need to survive. Step number 4 is something people often overlook. Sit or lie down and stay still. Once you've thoughtfully called for help and gently taken your aspirin, your next loving task is simple yet absolutely vital. Stop moving. Sit or gently lie down in the safest, most comfortable position you can find. This is certainly not the time to pace around, gather belongings, or unlock doors unless it is absolutely, urgently necessary. Any additional physical effort places more strain on your precious heart, which is already working diligently to receive enough oxygen. Ideally, you'll want to sit with your back thoughtfully supported, your feet gently flat, and your arms resting loosely. This loving position helps to reduce your heart's workload while you patiently wait for the paramedics. If you feel a bit faint or lightheaded, gently lie down on your side with your head slightly elevated. And please, dear ones, do not try to bravely power through the discomfort. That mindset might have served you well in other parts of your life, but in this precious moment, it is a risk you simply cannot afford. It's quite common for people to feel a little bit embarrassed calling for help and then just gently sitting there doing nothing. But please, make no mistake, doing nothing is truly doing something profoundly important. It offers your heart a beautiful chance to stabilize. It gently slows your breathing, and it lovingly keeps your body from burning through its already limited oxygen supply. Let's lovingly consider the story of Alice, who is 81. When she felt pressure gently radiating across her chest, her first instinct was to neatly clean up the kitchen and lovingly get herself together. But she fondly remembered what her kind doctor once said: "If you think it's your heart, sit down. Everything else can wait." She gently sank into her favorite recliner and patiently waited for help. That stillness, she later learned, likely prevented her symptoms from gently escalating into a full cardiac arrest. So if you ever feel those symptoms gently creeping in, pressure, shortness of breath, dizziness, please, dear ones, do not try to finish what you are doing. Stop right where you are, or move as little as possible to a safer spot. Sit or lie very still, breathe slowly, and let your body lovingly focus on just one job: surviving. And here's something wonderfully simple but often overlooked. If you're on a chair without armrests, please don't let your body slump. Keep your spine gently supported and your breathing open and free. The more relaxed and upright your position, the less effort your heart has to make. Step 5 might seem minor, but it matters. Unlock your front door for emergency responders. If you still have enough strength after calling for help and settling down, one of the most wonderfully helpful things you can do is to gently unlock your front door. It may seem like such a small, unassuming step, but in an emergency, even mere seconds are incredibly valuable. And a locked door can regrettably delay treatment when time is absolutely everything. Paramedics are lovingly trained to break in if needed, of course, but forced entry adds precious time, can cause unnecessary damage, and might even startle or gently injure you if you happen to be close to the entry point. Unlocking the door beforehand allows them to graciously walk right in and begin your care immediately. That simple, thoughtful act could lovingly save several precious minutes that your heart might not generously have. If you live alone, especially in an apartment or a gated community, please take a moment to gently think through the logistics before a crisis ever arises. Is your door wonderfully easy to open from the inside? Do you have a clearly visible address? Is there a spare key someone close by can lovingly access? These are the thoughtful things that don't seem urgent until they suddenly, truly are. Think of Martin, age 73. He felt chest tightness and shortness of breath. After calling for help and chewing an aspirin, he unlocked his condo door and returned to his chair. When paramedics arrived, they walked right in and started treating him immediately. That saved precious seconds. If you live alone, consider how accessible your home is during an emergency. Do you have a spare key nearby? Is your address clearly visible? You might even want to install a smart lock or emergency key lockbox, so responders can enter quickly, even if you're unable to get to the door. Step 6 is all about using your phone wisely. Turn on the speakerphone or use your medical ID. If you find yourself patiently waiting alone during a heart attack, your phone gracefully transforms into more than just a communication tool. It becomes your lifeline. And one of the smartest ways to lovingly use it in that moment is by gently switching to speakerphone. This thoughtful feature allows you to converse with emergency responders hands-free, so you can lovingly focus on your breathing and remain as calm as possible without needing to tightly grip your phone or hold it to your ear. When you are under distress, even the simple act of holding something to your ear can make it a little harder to breathe. Using speakerphone not only gently reduces physical strain, but also allows the dispatcher to hear you more clearly if you suddenly become too weak to speak. It also enables them to gently listen for signs of your condition in the background, your breathing, your gentle movements, even the tone of your voice. Beyond that, nearly every smartphone now possesses something just as vitally important: your emergency medical ID. On an iPhone, it's gracefully accessible even from the lock screen. On Android phones, there's often a similar thoughtful feature. It holds crucial information like your age, any allergies you may have, medications you take, and existing medical conditions. If you are unconscious when paramedics graciously arrive, This data can truly save precious time and lovingly guide decisions about your care. Dolores, age 77, fainted just as paramedics arrived. But because her phone displayed her medical information, they knew not to give her penicillin and were able to call her son right away. It took her less than 5 minutes to set it up, and it made all the difference. Step number 7 is quiet but powerful. Slow your breathing to calm your heart. In the midst of a heart attack, it's so easy to feel as if panic is gently beginning to take over. Your chest feels tight, your thoughts race like wild horses, and every second seems louder than the last. But there is one final, powerful tool you still possess, dear ones: your breath. And if you use it wisely, it can lovingly calm your nervous system just enough to offer your heart a better chance at holding steady. Controlled breathing is not about miraculously curing the heart attack. It's about lovingly keeping your body from spinning into full-blown shock while help is gracefully on its way. The more anxious you become, the faster your heart may begin to beat. But gently slowing your breath can lovingly pull that rhythm back down. You don't need a special, complicated technique. Just try this simple, loving practice. Breathe in slowly and deeply through your nose for about 4 gentle seconds. Hold it for a brief moment. Then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 calming seconds. Do it again. Focus on that one small, steady rhythm. It offers your body something stable to lovingly anchor to, and it can help prevent your heart from entering dangerous arrhythmias that are often triggered by stress. Leon, age 80, used this technique when his symptoms began. He focused on his breath and stayed as still as he could. By the time help arrived, his heart was still in distress, but hadn't gone into full arrest. That simple rhythm kept him grounded through the most frightening minutes of his life. Practicing this breathing regularly, even while relaxing or watching TV, can help your body respond instinctively when it matters most. It won't fix the heart attack, but it might just give you the time you need to survive it. At the close of our time together today, dear friends, surviving a heart attack when you're alone isn't just about chance or luck. It's profoundly about thoughtful preparation, gentle awareness, and calm, loving action. These 7 gentle steps, though they may seem wonderfully simple on their own, truly form a powerful chain that can lovingly save your precious life. Lovingly recognize the warning signs. Call for help immediately, without hesitation. Take aspirin if you can, thoughtfully. Sit or lie down to gracefully conserve your strength. Make it easier for help to gently reach you. Use your phone's helpful tools wisely, and gently slow your breathing to keep your heart steady. Each one of these loving measures buys you a little more precious time. Each one offers you a little more gentle control. And each one says something deeply important, that even when you are alone, you are not powerless. Heart attacks can feel like the most frightening kind of solitude, but these gentle steps lovingly remind you that you are not truly helpless. So, dear ones, ask yourself, what resonated most with you today? Was there a step you hadn't lovingly considered before, or one that you now see in a different, clearer light? Think about how you can lovingly apply this to your own life, and perhaps even share it with someone you deeply care about. It might not just save your precious life, it could lovingly save theirs too. So what stood out to you the most? Which step made you stop and think? Let us know in the comments, and please share this video with someone you love. It might just save a life. We're so glad you joined us today. If something touched your heart or sparked a new idea, share it in the comments. We'd really love to hear from you. Your words mean a lot to us and help keep this channel growing. If this video is helpful for you, please give it a like. Share it with someone who might need it. And don't hesitate to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to spending time with you again in the next video.